Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that made it through another week. Let's keep doing this thing. Today in the news, I've got a retraction from yesterday. So yesterday, there were reports, honestly, mostly rumors, circling about Cult of the Lamb and how it was caught up in this whole Xbox versus PlayStation thing, and how Sony had paid Cult of the Lamb to stay off Xbox Game Pass. And of course, I did my due diligence. I tracked down where this whole thing came from because a lot of outlets were reporting on it, but I really didn't see any sources, and it turned out that originally it came from Gary Whitta while being on Kinda Funny. If you don't know, Gary Whitta is a fantastic writer and streamer, and it seems like a pretty stand-up dude, which is why when I found out it was him, I figured, okay, there's some trust there, and I ran the story. Well, following yesterday's story, I was reached out to personally by a rep from Devolver Digital, a person I've known for years who I have all the trust in, and they said, nah, false, not even remotely close to being real, did not happen. We don't know where Gary got the information from, but it's just not true. And so first off, my apologies. Even though I said it was a rumor, it still was reported, and I still was like, could be true. So it isn't. I'm letting you know it's not, and hopefully we're good on that. I never liked the idea of it seeming like I'm just selling you a bunch of BS, right? That's not what this is. This isn't Jesse pontificates for 5 minutes. It's a news show that hopefully I've done my due diligence in researching and looking up whatever the hell I'm going to talk to you about. And sometimes it's pretty hard on the internet. I'm going to let you know. A lot of the gaming news space is just recycled articles that all track back to one original post, right? It's either something on gamesindustry.biz or Video Games Chronicle. Bloomberg's being very good lately. Let's be real. There are a lot of trash video game news websites out there, and all the old standards, many of them that we used to love and go to, are now kind of like mixed media things covering just all nerd culture, and it's hard to find out where their game stuff is most of the time. And to be honest, most of it's like, Amaranth pissing off the internet, here are 86 photos. Like, what? So this whole thing is me digging through all that to find what I consider to be interesting and deliver it to you. And sometimes, we miss. And it's a shot to the ego. It's honestly embarrassing. I hate when I get something wrong, but I did say it was a rumor and I ran with it anyway. And well, this is what I get. So yeah, I don't think Gary or anyone at Kinda Funny did anything malicious here or just made up a story. They probably got information from somewhere and we're like, yeah, it seems legit, just like me. Right now, I thought what they said was legit, and so here we are. And it happens from time to time. I have no problem admitting I'm wrong, especially when someone I trust is like, bro, nah. I'm like, okay. So, I will strive to do better. And let's talk about something a little more fun. In other news, come back with me to a childhood I never had. SEGA has announced on Twitter that the Genesis Mini 2 is coming October 27th with 60-some games, including SEGA CD titles. And yeah, I'm very aware that the Genesis Mini 1 exists, and they probably should have put the Genesis Mini 1 and the Genesis Mini 2 together as one thing. But as a person who really wasn't into what was on the Genesis Mini 1 and is super hype about what's on the Genesis Mini 2, this might be the one that I buy. Because these games are the ones that I never owned, never got to actually play. I would always have to go over to a friend's house and watch them play it, and that was cool, but it's not the same, you know what I mean? The minute I saw that they have Sonic CD, Night Trap, Sewer Shark, Echo the Dolphin, and then this game Sylphid that I've always thought looked cool, but I never got a chance to play. I don't know, I think it's kind of neat. I never owned a Sega CD, and there are a lot of games on here that I simply never got to play, and more importantly, that I'd have to watch another person play. They would never give me the controller, and I'm kind of excited about that. Plus, they've got other games on here that I'm just hyped to relive. I think they have Golden Axe 2 and Clay Fighter, and those were good times, man. So kind of excited to dip my toe back into my childhood. Speaking of being a child, it's time for your Kren Minute.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's me, Crendor, and welcome back to the Kren Minute, my once-a-week segment where I get to talk about whatever I want for a minute. This week, I just read something that I was like, I have to rant about this. Fortnite could be teasing a Lord of the Rings collaboration. And it just made me realize there's just so many collaborations with so many games now, and it just feels so overdone at this point. You know what I mean? It's like, do we really need Gandalf flossing? Although I got maybe. If there's something we need, maybe it is Gandalf flossing. But like Among Us, Fall Guys, Fortnite, all these games, they're just like every week. It's like we're collaborating with The Simpsons. We're collaborating with SpongeBob, Sonic, like all these. It's like, dude, just calm down. Like 1 or 2 or 3 collaborations every once in a while. It feels like literally anybody. If you want to collaborate with them, you go to them. They're like, just put them in the game. You know what I mean? I don't know. But speaking of selling out, make sure to go to makeship.com/product/Krensloth to get your own Krensloth. We only need 32 more for it to get produced, and we got 2 weeks for it to happen, so it'll probably happen. But there's my shameless plug. Thanks for listening to the Kren Minute. Get a Krensloth. See you.
Thanks, Crendor. All right, that's it for the show. Thank you so much. Please, gang, we are almost there. Look, we ticked up another 1,000. Shout out to all of you for being here, supporting this thing. You're the best. Could this be the year of 1 million subs? I don't know. I might be starting to believe. I'm going to keep pushing it. Anyway, that's it for the show. I'll see y'all Monday for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.